The female voices in pop music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s defined an entire era and its style. Today we'll see what these legendary singers look like and what they are doing now. Suzi Quatro. In the 70s, Suzi Quatro became a symbol of female rock. Her leather jumpsuit bass guitar and hits like Can the Can and 48 Crash made her an icon. She broke stereotypes that rock was an exclusively male scene and inspired an entire generation of women. Today, Suzi continues to perform. Now in her 70s, she is still recording albums and taking the stage with fiery energy. She is considered a pioneer for all women in rock, from Joan Jett to Madonna. The undisputed queen of pop, Madonna dominated the 80s and 90s, constantly reinventing her sound and image. From Like a Virgin to Vogue and Ray of Light, she became a master of pop culture. Now in her 60s, Madonna continues to tour and release new music, always pushing boundaries and remaining a global superstar. These singers proved that music is not just about hits and trends, but also about the history of an entire generation. Tina Turner. Known as the Queen of Rock and Roll, Tina Turner made a triumphant comeback in the 80s with her hit album Private Dancer and the iconic song What's Love Got to Do With It. Her powerful stage presence and signature wild hair made her a legend. Tina passed away in 2023, but her powerful voice and incredible story continued to inspire millions. Annie Lennox. As the frontwoman of the Eurythmics, Annie Lennox defined the 80s with her androgynous style and haunting voice on songs like Sweet Dreams, Are Made of This. She went on to have a successful solo career, and her influence on pop and fashion is immense. Today, Annie continues to be an outspoken activist and a respected artist with a timeless, elegant look and a voice as powerful as ever. Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson was one of the most influential pop stars of the late 80s and 90s. With albums like Rhythm Nation and Janet, she redefined music videos and fused pop, R&B, and dance. She was famous for her intricate choreography and powerful, socially conscious lyrics. Today, Janet still performs to sold-out crowds and is celebrated as a true music and style icon. Vonda Shepard. She became famous in the 90s thanks to the soundtrack for the TV series Ally McBeal. Her voice was the signature of the show, and her songs sold millions of copies. Today, Vonda continues to perform, but in smaller halls and clubs. Her name rarely appears in the news, but fans of the series always remember her fondly. Whitney Houston, the golden voice of the 80s and 90s. Whitney Houston was a global superstar with hits like I Wanna Dance with Somebody and I Will Always Love You. Her talent was unparalleled, and her incredible voice set new standards for pop music. Sadly, Whitney passed away in 2012, but her music remains a timeless legacy, and she is still considered one of the greatest singers of all time. Belinda Carlisle, The Go-Go's. The lead singer of The Go-Go's, Belinda is best remembered for her 80s solo hit, Heaven is a Place on Earth. Now Belinda lives in France, is actively involved in charity work, and occasionally performs. Her appearance has changed a lot, but her voice is still as recognizable as ever. Jody Watley, a former member of Shalimar, she won a Grammy for Best New Artist in the late 80s. Her songs Looking for a New Love and Real Love were played everywhere. Today, Jody rarely appears in the media, but continues to release jazz and soul recordings for her dedicated fans. Vonda Shepard. She became famous in the 90s thanks to the soundtrack for the TV series Ally McBeal. Her voice was the signature of the show, and her songs sold millions of copies. Today, Vonda continues to perform, but in smaller halls and clubs. Her name rarely appears in the news, but fans of the series always remember her fondly. Tracy Chapman. Tracy Chapman became a star in 1988 with her album Tracy Chapman and the hits Fast Car and Talkin' 'Bout a Revolution. Her music is a blend of folk, blues, and pop, and her lyrics have always been deep and socially conscious. Today, Tracy leads a very private life, but her songs continue to live on and remain relevant. Gloria Estefan. Gloria Estefan and her band Miami Sound Machine became one of the most successful Latin pop groups of the 80s and 90s. Hits like Conga and Rhythm is Gonna Get You conquered the world. Today, Gloria is one of the wealthiest and most influential women in the music business. She continues to perform and is involved in philanthropy. Martika. In the late 80s, her hit Toy Soldiers exploded on the charts in the US and Europe. The music video was a staple on MTV, and the singer herself was considered the next Madonna. After the 90s, however, Martika disappeared from the spotlight. She now occasionally performs at retro festivals and collaborates with independent artists. Many fans are surprised to learn she is still alive and continues to sing. Samantha Fox. In the 80s, 80s, Samantha was a sex symbol in Britain. Her hit, Touch Me, I Want Your Body, made her a global celebrity. Today, Samantha lives in London, sometimes releases new songs, and performs in Europe. Her image has changed significantly. She has become a calm and serious artist instead of a provocateur. Cher is a timeless icon of pop music who was a star in every decade starting from the 60s. In the 80s, she made a triumphant return with rock hits I Found Someone and If I Could Turn Back Time. In the 90s, she conquered the world again with the dance track Believe. Today, Cher remains one of the most recognizable icons. She performs concerts, records albums, and participates in film projects. Kim Wilde. Kim Wilde was one of the biggest stars of British 80s pop music. Her debut single, Kids in America, became an instant hit on both sides of the Atlantic. After her music career, Kim found success in gardening and became a TV host, but she returned to the stage in the 2000s and continues to tour actively. Amanda Lear. Amanda Lear is a French singer and model who was a muse to Salvador Dali. In the 70s, her sultry, low voice and disco hits like Follow Me and Lily Marlene made her a star in Europe. Today, Amanda Lear is a famous TV host, artist, and writer. She continues to perform, but she is most often seen on television and in art galleries. Cyndi Lauper. Cyndi Lauper became a symbol of the 80s thanks to her vibrant image and anthems like Girls Just Wanna Have Fun and Time After Time. Her unique style and powerful voice made her one of the most influential artists of her time. Today, Cyndi Lauper still tours actively. She is also involved in philanthropy and writes music for Broadway musicals. Nene Cherry. Nene Cherry brought elements of hip-hop and funk to pop music in the late 80s. Her hit Buffalo Stance was a sensation, and the song 7 Seconds, recorded with Youssou N'Dour, became an international anthem. Today, Nene Cherry continues to experiment with music. She tours actively and releases albums, remaining one of the most influential figures in alternative. Paula Abdul. In the 90s, Paula was not only a singer with hits like Straight Up and Forever Your Girl, but also a successful choreographer who worked with Madonna and Janet Jackson. She won many awards and became an MTV icon. Today, Paula is more often seen as a TV host and judge on talent shows, including American Idol, but she occasionally returns to the stage to perform her retro hits. Sophie B. Hawkins. In the 90s, her songs Damn I Wish I Was Your Lover and As I Lay Me Down became symbols of romantic pop music. Her style was distinguished by its intimacy and sincerity, and her music videos were always very conceptual. Today, Sophie continues to write and perform music, is actively involved in social projects, and remains true to her unique style. Natalie Imbruglia. The hit song Torn turned Natalie into a global star in the late 90s. Her gentle voice and Australian charm made her a fan favorite. The song instantly became one of the biggest hits of the decade. Today, Natalie releases new albums, acts in films, and recently surprised the public by performing at retro festivals. Her song Torn is still considered an anthem of the 90s. Kate Bush. Kate Bush is not just a singer, but a true musical phenomenon. In the 70s, she stunned the world with the song Wuthering Heights, and in the 80s, she became a cult figure with the album Hounds of Love and the hit Running Up That Hill. Her music is a blend of art rock, folk, and experimental pop. After many years of silence, Kate Bush returned to the stage in 2014, performing a series of concerts that caused a sensation. And in 2022, Running Up That Hill once again soared to the top of the charts thanks to the series Stranger Things, making her a star for a new generation. Grace Jones. Grace Jones is a queen of avant-garde and outrageous style. In the 70s, she was a supermodel, and in the 80s, she conquered the music world with hits like Pull Up to the Bumper and Slave to the Rhythm. Her image blended disco, reggae, pop, and new wave, while her androgynous style made her a fashion icon. Today, Grace Jones remains an active performer. She gives concerts, participates in fashion shows, and acts in films, continuing to be a unique icon of style and freedom. Maria Muldaur. Maria Muldaur was one of the most prominent figures of 70s folk rock. Her song, Midnight at the Oasis, became a hit in 1974, captivating listeners with its relaxed, jazzy vibe. Today, Maria continues to record music, staying true to her roots. She has released dozens of albums in the blues and jazz genres, and still performs. Laura Branigan. The hit song Gloria turned Laura into a global star. In the 80s, her powerful voice was heard on dance floors all over the world. She also performed Self-Control, a song that is still considered a classic and a symbol of that era. Sadly, Laura passed away from an aneurysm in 2004, but her songs continue to live on, covered by new generations of artists and featured in film.